Good morning. We've had some interesting developments in the last few days, so I want to look over a few pairs today. Starting with Euro Pound, it appears to be on the verge of a large move. After about 3 months of sideways correcting, it looks like it's about to start something important. Just to go over it from the beginning very quickly. The move into October can be counted two ways. It could be 5 waves into October, or it could be 3. Now, most traders I've seen have it as 3, with one more high to come, and that makes sense if you look at it on the monthly chart, as it does appear 3 waves. I have it marked as 5 now, though I'm inclined to switch to 3 now. I'll just explain both scenarios. If you count this as 5 here, we've had 3 for A here, 3 for B here, and now the recent move could be a leading diagonal for 1 of C. So we would need to see a turnaround here. This is the area I had marked previously, about 8580. We need to see a turnaround here and impulsively decline for 3 of C. This would have to be 2 of C, anywhere around here, and turn down now. However, I'm inclined to switch to this being overall wave 3, and this is wave 4, and we've now had, you would have to force a leading diagonal out of this section for 1 of 5, and this would be 2 of 5 here. And from the low, which was last week or the week before, you can count this as a 5-wave impulse. So if I see a 3-wave correction, I will look to buy this, as we are above all key levels. This would be wave 1, wave 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 3, wave 4, and wave 5 here. So if we see a 3-wave correction now into any key level, this trend line does not have to hold, it's only a guideline. I'll be looking to get long this probably next week. I'll judge the move down if it's corrective or impulsive, and will then take a position, because if you look at the larger picture, it does make sense for this to be wave 3. We've had wave 4 back to the previous 4 level, and we are above all key support levels and a very useful trend line. So I'm going to stick with this as 2 of 5 now. And if I see a correction, I'll be looking to buy for 3 of wave 3 of wave 5. So that's something to watch for into next week, maybe even into Friday. So we should see a sell-off here for a correction now. Okay, the yen pairs. I'm looking at this. There are two possible ways to look at this on dollar yen. We held the low here, so I'm holding this as wave 2 completed, and we've had a 5-wave move up. Now I'm looking at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now. So if we see a turnaround here on this high, which is into resistance, I'll be looking for a 3-wave correction to buy into. Alternatively, it is possible that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and we've had wave 2, and now we're starting up. But I'm not buying this at the moment. I think this section here is part of wave 5, and we'll be turning over now for a correction. And Euro Yen looks similar. From the low, we have broken out, though it's only 3 waves so far. I'm inclined to count, this is wave 1 for sure, wave 2. I'm inclined to count this as wave 3 here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is 4. And now we have what could be an ending diagonal for 5. Now we need to see this confirmed. It would need another high. But it's possible that we're looking at something like this. 4 wave 5, so it'll be 4 to here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 5, and then a 3-wave correction into 1950 or so. So I'll be following that today as well. Now, US dollar, Canadian dollar. we've had a 5-wave move here into this area. However, it's not stopping. It's very close to breaking this. So if we do see a break, I'm okay with switching to the other idea of move to 136, 138 or so. But again, I want to state that that is a temporary move, and I'll be looking to sell into that for a quick turnover back down. The monthly chart is still suggesting, in my view, that we are coming back down. I like this stock function that it will reach the other side quite quickly. So any move up, if it does break today, will be brief. Who knows, a number of days or weeks, or maybe even a month or two. But for now, it's under resistance, and we have some Canadian GDP news coming out today, so we could see this turn over. However, it is looking unlikely at the moment with very strong stocks. So let's see what happens into today. It would need to convincingly roll over and head back down, which it still can do. So let's see reaction into today. Some other pairs that have developed or are developing. Pound New Zealand's, probably not many people trade this, but I still like the long option on this. I'm trying to find an ending pattern on it. It's looking like we have another low to come for WX, and this segment of threes here could be W of Y, X of Y yesterday or day before, and now we have the first part of Y, and I would look for one more low for the second part of Y, maybe a series of threes still. So 61.8 level, maybe a bit lower to even 78.6, but for now I'm holding the bullish slant. I'm also inclined to view this as maybe a larger try, so we'd only see about 177, 178, but I still like the bullish idea on this overall. Euro New Zealand, still looking for another move up in this. It's very choppy. This is a series of threes here in my view, 1, 2, 3, X, 1, 2, 3. And so we're looking at this as I'm looking at this as an X wave, maybe another low. But in any case, if not, I'm still looking at one more move to 149 or so, and then for it to die out for another leg down. This is not impulsive as you want to see for the end of a huge multi-year correction. Aussie New Zealand. Okay, there are a couple possibilities on this. I'm labeling this as 2 for now because this move up yesterday and the night before is 5 waves. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So we had a 3-wave correction last night. We also had what I think is a 3-wave move up last night, and I'm looking for this to come down one more leg to about 107 even or so to this level to let off. What it usually does is lets off previous traders who sell a specific candle. So like here, 1 hour shooting star, it comes back down to this level, lets the traders off, and then continues back up. That kind of thing happens again and again. But in any case, if this is wave 2 completed here for a very, very shallow correction, and we've now had 1 of wave 3, this correction will be all of 2 of 3, and will be then turning back up, and it'll be very bullish into next week. So I'm looking to buy this if it sees 107 even or so. There are 2 other possibilities. It does not come back down, or even if it does come back down to 107, it continues up, and we would see this as a 3-wave move. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It fails above here around 108 or 107.9 or so and turns back down. I'm not viewing that as more likely now, but it's a possibility. The other possibility is even that this move up yesterday is actually wave 5 of wave 1. So for that to happen, it would have to break this low here. So those are 2 alternate possibilities depending on price action, but for now the main idea is to buy another dip into here, 107 even. And then we continue on up, basically the usual 8 EMA level. And then we want to see a continued move up because it is looking bullish now. Dollar yen. The dollar pairs they're working as planned, though the move, as I said yesterday, it doesn't seem entirely convincing, but for now it is as planned. So if we've had wave 2 of wave 3 here, this could be wave 1. We've had a correction, maybe one more correction, or this is all and we continue down. The plan stays the same for now. Cable has not bounced yet, but I'm still looking in this region, maybe a couple more gyrations for a turnaround for X. Aussie New Zealand is going nowhere, but the downside is still favored despite the so far with the failure so far to impulsively decline. So downside is still favored here. New Zealand dollar as well, downside is favored still. That none of these pairs have changed overall. I looked at I had the wrong view yesterday on gold. I put on silver actually without realizing it. Gold now looks like it may be turning over. This could be a leading diagonal or another part of a pattern, but with a strong dollar and strong dollar yen, would expect this to fall over. So we'll see this declines into today and next week. So I'm not at this stage, I'm not bullish right now. It is above several support levels, but based on the overall pattern and other data, I'm thinking this is more likely to roll over. And I'll just have a quick look at pound Canadian dollar, just a moment. Okay, last pair for today. Pound Canadian dollar, like pound New Zealand, has become complex. It's not particularly difficult as such, but it is messy. What I'm inclined to think actually is that this entire segment here is just part of a correction in 3 waves. I'm not looking at this as a breakout. It would need to really convince to the upside, and so far it's looking like 1, 2, 3 overall. If you view that as 3 waves, what I'm actually thinking is likely to happen now is that this would be all of Y. So you have a series of 3s here for W, X, and another series here for Y. So that's W. This 3-wave move could be X on a fake out, and then we have a segment coming down for Y. So that's one way to view it as such. 3, 3, and Y to come down still. I will leave it like that for now. This move so far does not seem impulsive. You would really have to force a count of a leading diagonal, a 3-wave correction, and then you'd have to work this as 5. I'm not willing to do that. I think it needs much more to convince to break out of very strong resistance so far. So let's see what happens. But today, Euro pound and several other pairs look interesting, and for trades in the short term, the yen pairs, Aussie New Zealand, good as always. Okay, have a good day. Bye bye.